UFC 209, Alistair Overeem knocks out Mark Hunt with vicious knees to the face. UFC 209 was supposed to be about Conor McGregor, but then Khabib Nurmagomedov fell ill after botching his weight cut in the number 1 contender's much-anticipated lightweight bout against number 2 contender Tony Ferguson was cancelled. Alas, fight fans will have to wait to see who McGregor might face next in the octagon, and settle for the main event. You didn't forget, did you? Although the now cancelled co-main event had largely overshadowed the actual headliners, the main event is still very much on. Tyron Woodley will attempt to defend his welterweight title against Stephen "Wonderboy" Thompson. But before these two meet for the second time, there's some other business to take care of. Buki Loa Mi Acute this bay and updated often because we're LCGing the haps of all the scraps, in other words, we're ready to rumble, type. Amanda Cooper vs Shinthia Calvillo, who replaced Nurmagomedov vs Ferguson on the main card, will add a Litivo Rioti to the program. Previously scheduled for the early prelims, these two strawweights probably don't belong on pay-per-view yet, but it's nice to see a little estrogen in what otherwise would be a total sausage fest. Calvillo, who's won all 3 of her pro fights so far, has the slight acute according to Odessa makers Ovo Cooper, whose record is 2-2. When heavyweight fighter Matt Hunt entered the OC tat on his he was the color of a Targaryens, Platinum Blonde, by the time he got out against Saint rival Elitero Bayrim, however, it was a cute TNT pink with mostly a salad. Indeed, it was only a matter of time before Hunt crumpled to the ground thanks to a pair of vicious knees from Overeem in the 3rd round of the, colorful fight that left the octagon looking like a Jackson Pollock painting. Even the announcer's notes weren't spared from the red. Gross, I know, but for Overeem, who shed a bit of blood of his own but mostly ended up covered in his opponent's, it was well worth it. Hunt, of course, wasn't a walkover by any means. Although he suffered the worst of the pair's injuries in the bout, Overeem landed 59 strikes compared to Hunt's 27. Hunt delivered a few sharp shots. In the end, this fight exceeded the acute TSNS of the big man for finesse. This WI due by the second tham. These two will face each other in the OC tat on the last tham coming at UFC 205, when the fight was deemed a majority draw. It's unlikely that rare conclusion will happen again, or at least many seemed to hope, including Snoop Dogg, who appeared to have a ball narrating the pair's highlight reels on Friday. On a less ridiculous note, this fight is pretty evenly matched. Thompson is the slight favorite in Vegas, however, Woodley's shown his strikes pack a mean bite. He won his title at last summer's UFC 201 by knocking out Robbie Lawler, who, like Thompson, was the favorite going into the August event. Both fighters have something to prove after the draw, so they're likely to fight with more fire than in their last bout, during which they both looked a little muted. The deciding factor might come down to confidence in this case, which Woodley uses. Thompson, meanwhile, has shown he rattles more easily, including out of the octagon in the two's verbal spars. On Thursday during an appearance on ESPN's SportsCenter, Thompson was left tongue-tied against Woodley, asking him at one point, "Why you gotta be so mean?" We'll see who's meaner when it really counts later Saturday night. Lando Van Nata vs. David Tamor. We'll also see Lando Van Nata take on David Tamor, which has potential to be the most explosive fight of the night. Van Nata's only loss came against No. 2 lightweight contender Ferguson, who managed to catch him in a submission in July. The American's other 8 fights have all been wins, 7 of them finishing with either a submission or knockout. Tamor, meanwhile, may boast fewer pro fights under his belt, but of the 6 he's competed in, 5 have ended in his favor, and 4 of those by knockout. In other words, this has potential to be a sought but violent scrap. The penultimate fight of Dean I will see at EVNS, the 1st of May 19, SQ off with Donnie Iokaoli, 12-1, in a middleweight battle that could turn out to be the BEAQT them to get a snack. Evans, a former light heavyweight champion, is coming back after almost a year off. He was supposed to fight at UFC 205 and then at UFC 206, but medical issues kept him sidelined. Now a bit slimmer, this fight against the 39-year-old Kelly will be a test to see if this new weight class suits him. Kaoli, meanwhile, is on a 3-win streak, but he's yet to fight anyone with a large name recognition, and actually, he's also not even a top 10 fighter. McIntyre def Louis Henrique via TKO, Banes, round 3, 346, Darren Elkins def Mirsad Bektik via TKO, Ban and high kick, round 3, 319. Iuri Alcantara def Lukies and via sub Mitian, Niba, round 2, 313. Matt Godby def Donnie Iospitz via unanimous decision, 30-27 by 3. OY prelims results. Tai Sanbei Ro def Bao Craig via TKO, elbows, round 1, 410. Albert Morales def Henry Sucumdat H via split decision, 29-28, 28-29, 29-28.